guys, it's Dave. Welcome back to Talking Wolves for another transfer update and news from everything inside and around the Molineux Stadium. Hope you're doing well. As always, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and click our little notification bell and hit the like button down below. And before we kick off as well, Talking Wolves have been nominated for the FBA Awards, which is the Football Blogging Awards. We're a finalist in that now, and you can vote for us. Very, very easy to vote. It'll literally take you less than 10 seconds to do so. If you're on Twitter, a link in the description down below, you can just click it and it gives you an automated tweet. Or if you aren't on Twitter, you're just online, you can click on the FBA website, which there'll be a link for as well. And you can also just select Talking Wolves from a drop-down list. But before we get into the rumours as well, make sure you go and check out the sponsors of today's video over at OneFootball. Select Wolves or whoever you support when you first download the app, and then you can add your favourite teams as well and have all the news catered to those teams, all the live scores as well, and all the transfer gossip on there you may well see on that app as well. Link to that in the top of the description, free to download on iOS and Android. So then today we've got 3 transfer rumours that Wolves have been linked with over the last week or so. Of course, we're getting close now to the summer transfer window. Obviously, contracts tending or coming close to expiring as well. And it's in and around the time where players are sniffing around for a new contract. So we do see these rumours pop up as players are searching for maybe a wage rise or an extended contract with their current clubs. We're going to start off with one that has been... We've been touted with Wolves for a number of months now. Morgan Sanson, a big midfield name over in France, currently playing for Marseille, has been linked with Wolves. I think back in December we were linked with him and 2 other French midfielders that were supposedly on Wolves' shortlist, which linked obviously with a move potentially in January. Nothing materialised, didn't really spend much money, did we, at all in January. And then obviously we've come into the last week or so where Wolves have been linked with him again. So a publication called Telefoot on the 1st of April said that Wolves and Borussia Dortmund were reportedly tracking the Marseille midfielder. Obviously, I also put on the report that we put on Talking Wolves that it's worth noting that we were linked with him back in December as well. It was then said about 9 days later, so the 9th of April, with L'Eten Sport in France, Wolves had made a verbal offer worth 42 million euros for Morgan Sanson. Of course, that would be breaking Wolves' transfer record, and it's a big amount of money. The same report was saying that he would be a replacement for Ruben Neves if he decided to leave Wolves as well. But I think, especially if Wolves do finish 7th and we do qualify for European football, we are going to have to get players of this calibre into the side to really bulk out that depth in the squad. And then a day or two after, it was then reported a member of Morgan Sanson's entourage have denied that Wolves made the £42 million offer, €42 offer, sorry. That was from La Provence. But because these rumours have been reported from different sources, I wouldn't completely rule this one out. I do believe there could be some substance in it, but at the same time, this is a very, very talented player, being linked now with some, dare I say, bigger Premier League sides such as ourselves, Borussia Dortmund as well. He may well just be trying to get a new contract, but nonetheless, this would be a fantastic coup if Wolves were able to pull it off. The second one, which is quite a recent piece of news, is that Wolves are sniffing around 17-year-old Bolton youngster Luca Connell. Now, I know Luca Connell can play sort of defence and midfield, quite versatile on that side. And he's actually been playing for the Championship side, albeit they're struggling in the league. He's been playing for them at just 17 years of age. He's been in their first team. I know Bolton rejected a couple of offers from Premier League clubs in January for the youngster, and Everton are after him too. But he still hasn't actually signed professional terms with Bolton Wanderers. And of course, with their ownership up in the air at the moment, I don't think anyone's future would be, you know, secure there, to be honest. So no surprise that Luca Connell hasn't renewed his contract at the club yet. He's very, very talented by the sounds of it. Again, you can see it both sides. If he went to the Premier League, I would highly doubt that he's going to be getting first team minutes next season. If he stays at Bolton next year, of course, he's been at the club since he was, I think, 9 years old. He's going to be getting first team football. in League One, having a full season, that would be fantastic for him as a player. But at the same time, you can't really reject an offer from a Premier League team, can you, at times, especially when your future is not secure. I asked popular Bolton vlogger Neve, also known as Stumpeg, what she thought of him. And when I told her about the news that he'd been wanted by Premier League side, she said gutted. But she also said he's been absolutely fantastic. He's a hidden gem at the club. He's an attacking midfielder, got incredible vision, fast, passes the ball really well and getting more confident each game. I think he'll be something special. So it's interesting there that she said he's an attacking midfielder. Looking online, some pages had him down as a centre-back. He could play left-back. He could play central midfield. So he sounds like a really versatile player and someone that Wolves, could be a good coup for the club. Especially if we do manage to get him on a free. 17 years of age. I think it's fairly, not really a gamble, is it? It's a really, no-brainer to bring him in. And the final rumour today is that Wolves have been linked with Liverpool's Portuguese winger Raphael Camacho. The 18-year-old has featured for Liverpool a couple of times in the first team this season, obviously most notably against Wolves in the FA Cup earlier on. And it was a couple of weeks ago that Goal.com had reported that Wolves were interested in Camacho alongside a host of European sides such as RB Leipzig, Benfica and Sporting. So there are a number of Portuguese sides that want to bring the youngster back across to Portugal. That rumour didn't really continue up until sort of the last week or so. Very interesting, really. Camacho went and scored a hat-trick for the Liverpool under-23s in a fantastic 6-0 win over Leicester. But then he went on a little bit of a rant. I believe it was on his Instagram story. Because he's been playing right back. I think he got moved to a more attacking role that game and ended up scoring the hat-trick. And he sort of hit out almost at the Liverpool management, saying, I don't know whose idea it is, but I'll reprove them that they are mistaken about my football. I'm not a right defender. I'm an attacker who scores goals. This is in my DNA. I'm happy to score 3 goals today and help the team in today's win against Leicester. I think Klopp, long-term, sees him more as a defender. But Camacho obviously sees his future as a more attacking player. So then a new report came out from Ojogo in the last few days that Camacho is keen to stay in England, but it still looks like he wants to move away from Liverpool. So of course, with Wolves' interest, apparently they've already been in contact with Camacho's agent about a potential move, and it looks like Wolves or Sporting are the two teams that are really interested in him. But by the sounds of it, he wants to stay in the Premier League. He wants to stay in England. I also asked a Liverpool fan about him, of course, to get a bit more of an insight on him. And I asked Harry, who's HS_10 football on Twitter. He would say he's one of the biggest strengths of Camacho is his ball striking ability. He scored a lot of goals from outside the box and in difficult areas, but his ball striking technique is top class for someone of his age, as he can create his own shooting opportunities for himself. As well as this, his ability to dribble is really impressive. Also, he has a really good agility and can manipulate the ball in lots of different ways. One of the cons when he plays in right back is his positioning and his inability to block space well. This was shown in the FA Cup tie with Wolves in January, as he was lost on occasions as he didn't know how to block space or position himself correctly when he played as right back. Camacho himself said he doesn't think he's a right back and thinks he's a more wide attacking player. I think he would be a good addition to a mid-table Premier League club, but I don't think he'll be ever considered as one of the best young players, so it's not much of a big loss to Liverpool. Now, this is interesting. I think Wolves ideally aren't really going to be looking for attacking wingers. They are going to be wanting to strengthen the right wing-back position. And of course, Camacho has said there that he doesn't really like playing right-back. But with this wing-back system that Wolves play, the right wing-back and left wing-back sort of have a licence to attack. So if we do sign Camacho up and promise him more first-team football, I think he'd be more inclined to play right wing-back. But by what Harry's saying, he's not technically gifted as a defender. Is that going to be another little project for Nuno to sort out? Who knows? But I think that has probably got the most substance out of all of the rumours today. Maybe even Luca Connell as well. But again, that might be one just to try and get him as a big contract at Bolton. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on any of the players mentioned today. Are you keen on any of them? Or do you think they should all be left behind and focus on new targets? Make sure you hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be back later on this week for the preview for the Brighton Hove Albion game. Hopefully Wolves can pick 3 points up from that. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you all very soon.